Hey everyone, welcome back to Chart Smart Bharat. Ever wondered why the price move up and down in the stock market? It all comes down to just two simple things, that is demand and supply. So in this video, I'm going to break it down so simply that even if you're brand new to it, you will get it. Let's dive in. Let's start with the very basic. What is demand and what is supply? Demand means how many people wants to buy that stock or asset, and supply means how many people wants to sell that stock or asset. So if the demand is greater than supply, the price goes up. And if the supply is greater than demand, then the price goes down. I'll give you a real life example of this one. If you remember, during COVID times, the price of oxygen cylinder was skyrocketing. Why? Because the demand was very high and supply was very less. So demand greater than supply, the price was up. And as the towards the end of COVID, when the supply was enough and demand was reducing, so the price also came down for the oxygen cylinder. So that's the beauty of demand and supply, because you can apply it anywhere, and that's why I love it and I use it in my trading on day-to-day basis. Now, how do we spot these demand and supply on chart? So in order to spot them, we draw demand zones and supply zones. A demand zone is a price level from where the buyers come in and they push the price up. And a supply zone is a price level where sellers come in and they push the price down. So these zones are also often visible as support and resistance. So demand equal to support, from where price is expected to go up, and resistance equal to supply, from where price is expected to come down. Now, all the traders also love it. All the big traders love it, because if you know where the demand zone is and where the supply zone is, then you can plan your trades better. You can execute them better. Now let's move to a chart and try to see how to draw these demand and supply zone and how they work in reality. So let's move to a chart. So now we are on a weekly time frame of TVS Motors. Here I see supply zone on weekly, which is laid out. So I'll change the color to red so that we can differentiate between demand zone and supply zone. And now I see two demand zones of weekly. One is here, which was played out, and another one is this one. So this is played out, so I'll change the color to yellow, because so that we know, okay, this has been played out. Okay, so as we know, in a supply zone, there are sellers, and as the price enters, they push the price down. So you can see here, as the price entered into supply zone, so we have sellers or the sell orders, and they got triggered and price came down. It entered the demand zone, and as in demand zone, we know already that in demand zone, we have buyers and they push the price up. So they pushed the price up in here. And then the news of tariffs came, price came down. It entered the weekly demand zone again, and then again buying order triggered, the pending buying orders triggered, and they moved the price up. So if I show you, in last 3 weeks, price has already moved like 26%. So that's how demand and supply zones work, and that's how you draw them. Now you must be thinking to yourself that why it matters, or why should I care? Because they let you find smart entry and exit points. For example, this is your entry and this is your stop loss or exit point, and this is your target, which is another exit point. So if you know your demand and supplies, then you can draw your entry and exit exit and entries very smartly. And it also helps you trade with logic, because it's purely logic. Because if it comes to demand zone, we know we have buyers here or pending buying orders, and if it goes to supply zone, you also know that here we have pending sell orders. So price will move accordingly. And big institutions also rely on it. And if you can learn to spot them, then you are already thinking like a pro trader. So that's demand and supply in a nutshell. And this is like very simple concept, but the impact of demand and supply zones is like massive in your trading if you know how to use them or how to draw them effectively. So if you find this helpful, smash the like button, drop a comment if you want a video on spotting real demand and supply zones, and don't forget to subscribe for more smart trading tips. Catch you in the next one. Until then, trade safe, trade smart, and bye bye.